Chairman Frank and the Democratic leadership, you're again on the floor, claiming there's no time for careful consideration under regular order with a 75-page bill introduced less than a week ago. No committee markup will ever be held on this bill. And why not? I don't know. I wrote the chairman and I said, why can't we have a markup? I've not received a response. Perhaps because a markup isn't necessary. Amendments aren't necessary. This debate's not necessary. If its only purpose is to grease the skids for congressional approval of yet another bailout. Oh, we got some conditions. We got some terms. We passed a bill to nowhere. We gave it our best shot. It didn't come from committee, and it's going absolutely nowhere. Someone talked about this wonderful opportunity we were going to have today to define how this money was going to be used. Well, folks, a bill that is going nowhere isn't much of an opportunity. It has no legal effect. And where should the request for this $350 billion go? I say back to the current administration and the new administration until such time as the American people and this Congress get the facts. Why do they suddenly need another $350 billion? Is it another $350 billion sedative for the stock market to calm it for a week or two? Who exactly gets the money? What industries? Under what conditions? Mr. Frank has talked about foreclosures, mitigation, a worthy thing. Well, I looked at the Obama administration official and what he said about that, and he said, hope for homeowners, hope for homeowners. Now, we passed, Mr. Frank, the chairman, wrote hope for homeowners, and 13 lucky homeowners have received a mortgage or a mortgage workout. 13. But we are going to work out, I suppose, and I believe the chairman will, he's going to work out a new mortgage program. But we don't know what it is. We don't know how much money is going to it. The president-elect says he's going to change the bankruptcy laws. I wonder how. I wonder if we shouldn't get some detail from him. He says he's going to make some bold changes in how this money is spent. He has said that he is going to see that distressed homeowners and people that can't pay their car note receive relief out of this money. I would invite you to read those 3 pages. And he says he's going to change. Above all, he says he's going to change. He's going to change. He's going to change. But you know what? The one thing he didn't change, no details, no terms, no identification of recipients. He's certainly not been more transparent and accountable. He could have waited 5 days, and he could have filed a detailed plan, and he could have told the American people in this Congress before we voted exactly what he wanted to do. But instead, we get a bill that's not going anywhere, and we get to put some amendments on it. That doesn't sound like much of a change. In fact, it almost sounds like we're going backwards, because we're not going to pass any conditions this time. None whatsoever. Who gets the money? Under what conditions? The American people, and we're going to have to wait. And then I say we vote. We need to do what's right. But to do what's right, not what's popular, to do what's right, we need to be informed. Yeah, it's a sense of urgency, but there's also should be a thorough debate, and we ought to know the details of the plan. To be informed, we need to know the facts, and we don't have them. That's the bottom line. And a bill to nowhere doesn't change that. Mr. Chairman, there was a time not too long ago when it was the banks that loaned money to the people. Today, unfortunately, it's the other way around. Banks are asking the people to loan them money. They're asking our constituents, our voters, many of them struggling to pay the very bank that is asking again for help. And the president-elect says that he is going to see that more bold steps are made to inject capital into those banks. He's going to spread it out. He's going to give some of the banks that didn't get the money before, he's going to give them money. He's going to change some of the terms. Now, I have not a clue, and neither do you, as to how. But let me tell you something. One thing I will, and I close with this. It's time that the bank started lending money to people, not the other way around. And we, on behalf of the taxpayers and our constituents, we can put a stop to this. And we can do it now. We can tell the current administration and the next administration no to yet another $350 billion blank check bailout.
Gentleman, time has
enough
expired.
is enough. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.